Good evening, brothers and sisters. Hope you pace around with me here. I just wanted to do a quick video and say hi. I definitely want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're over 100 strong right now, and I want to thank each and every one of you for showing your support. As you can tell in the themes of the other videos, I've said this probably in every single one, but this is what it's all about. It's about our communion and, sharing things with each other and walking in the Word and just finding a way to share with what we know with one another. So I want to make this video first and foremost to say again, thank you to each and every one of you that take the time to watch the videos. I hope you get something out of it. And again, please leave a comment. If you've got your own personal experiences that you want to share, and anything that you want to talk about, I'd love to hear from you. Because that's again, like I've said lots, this is what it's about. So it is October 31st. For me, it's the last day of October. I struggled within my spirit because my family still participates with what happens on this day, and I knew this date was coming. And I've got a young child, and I've got a wife, and these are things. This day has been passed down generation and generation and generation. This is what you do. This is what it's about, and they're a part of a faith right now that has taken the pagan explanation of what today is, and they've put a spin on it to make it so that it's All Saints Day. We're praying for the dead saints, and again, that's indoctrination into misconception. It's not what it is. We all know what it is, plain and simple. Look what these kids dress up as. Look what's given out. The bondage of sugar. And the enemy always has a way to spin it so that it's a fun and happy day. And, it's all about family. And you're going out with your family. And I had a hard time with it. I've been praying now for weeks. And I got the same thing back every single time. I knew that it was wrong. I knew that it was wrong. And so I finally, and I've always known it was wrong. Don't get me wrong. I've always known it was wrong. But in my mind, I'm praying and asking the Lord, show me what am I supposed to do? I've got this other half of my family that still believes in these things. And not only is it being taught in their schools, but it's being taught in their church. And it's just everywhere, whether it's TV, commercials, newspapers, magazines, videos, you name it, it's all in support of the day. And so looking at all this and understanding, that they're going to participate, I've been praying heavy to the Lord, help me. Show me what you want me to do and how you want me to do it. Because at the end of the day, it is all about your relationship with God and Jesus Christ. Through that relationship, the rest of your family will see the light. Everybody again judges their actions by their fruits. And for me to be able to do the right thing within my family, I have to have that faith and trust in God as I do for them to be able to see these fruits, and for God to open their eyes so that they can see it. So that they will understand what the right thing is to do. Not because of just doing the right thing, but because of the love of the Father. So, again, I'm not here to judge if you're participating in today's events. At the end of the day, this is your journey. And you need to walk through this journey in the best way you possibly know how. What I do encourage you to do is do your research. Understand where these days come from. And I'm not just talking about this one. I'm talking about all of them. All of them have pagan origin. All of them have deep-rooted, dark, disgusting attachments to them that if you do a little bit of research on the internet, you'll find that. Now again, ask for forgiveness. I got a really good friend of mine. He's having a hard time because he's got to go out and actually participate, and it's eating him up inside. And we had a really good talk not even 5 minutes ago, and the conversation went as, is the Lord happy? Is he happy that you're doing this? Of course he's not. Why would he be? But the bottom line is you ask for forgiveness. He's going to give you that forgiveness. But it's what you decide to do with that forgiveness is what's the most important. Do you take it as, okay, cool, he's forgiven me and now I'll move on and then I'll do it again next year and next year and next year? Well, no. God demands growth. He demands that you, every single day that you wake up, you've learned something new that's going to bring you closer to him and the spirit that he wants you to have. So that's what we need to be doing. So I'm asking you, are you doing that? And I am trying. I'm trying with everything in me. Back to the beginning of the topic of this video, I finally decided, I prayed on it, and I felt God even, tell me, well, I'm going to leave it to you. You make your decision. Use that free will that I've given you. And so I stewed on it and went back and forth, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I know there's going to be pumpkins and there's going to be this and that. And then finally, no, I'm not doing it. No matter what the cost, I am not going to do it. And so I prayed to God, this is what I've decided to do. Please help me with this. Make it so that not only do my family understand why I've made the decision, but for God to put his power on my family to show them why I've decided to do it. And so I told my wife, I'm not participating at all. And she thought I was crazy. Ultimately, she told me that this is a tradition, a family tradition that's been passed down for generations and generations, and it has no evil tone to it, and it's not this and it's not that. And that's the enemy right there. That's the enemy speaking through her and explaining to her that, it's not a big deal. What kind of harm is it? You dress up, go out, get some candy, come home, but you're doing it together. That's what's important. And I don't see it that way. And I know you don't either. So I just said, no, I'm not doing it. So she decided that she's going to go ahead and do it. But she's actually going to go to a relatives of mine for the night because she's paying me the respect because she knows I didn't want to be around it. So I love her for that. I know she's caught in the middle as well too. So she's doing it for our child, but she also doesn't want to put me in a situation where I'm not going to be happy. So she's decided to go. Then it came to the pumpkin part. And then do your research. Check out why we carve pumpkins and why we put them outside. It'll explain everything to you. But I told her I'm not partaking in that. And lo and behold, she couldn't find one. Couldn't find one. All the stores are gone. I love you, Lord. And so then a family member of hers did find her one. And she brought it home. But decided not to do anything with it. And so I'm just relishing in the love that the Lord has and how he does things on purpose to help. And he set this up so that I don't have to participate for one. He's made it so that I'm allowed to show my conviction and my faith and my love for him and explain why I'm doing it. I had my daughter ask me in the car when my wife quickly went into the store, you don't like Halloween, do you, Dad? And I said, no, I don't, dear. And she said, well, school, they say it's this and it's that. It's All Saints Days and this. And I said, dear, what you need to do, again, you're going to get information from somebody, whether it's from me or your mother or the school or a priest or whoever you're going to get your information from. If if you love the Lord, you're going to pray on it and you're going to ask him to show you personally what the answer and what the truth is. And I told her, I promise you he will, just like he's done for your dad. And that's why I don't want to participate. And so she didn't ask any more questions. We kind of left it at that. And then I could feel that the good Lord's just resonating with her and obviously going to bring up some more questions and let her think about whatever she needs to think about. And I entrusted in the big man to fill him with her, fill her with his spirit and teach her as he did me and as he did you. So then I'm at work today and my wife's telling me that she's getting ready to leave to go out of town. And she goes, okay, well, your daughter, drew some pictures this morning. And what she wants you to do is go set up a chair outside and just put the candy out on a chair and put the note there that she made so that the kids don't go without. And I thought about it and I was like, for a second, the enemy is like, oh, that's not that bad. And then I felt the good Lord come in and go, absolutely not. What does it matter if you're answering the door and giving it out or setting it up outside? You're still participating in the act. And that's how crafty, gross, and disgusting our enemy is. He doesn't care how you do the sin. He doesn't care about the level in which you think it's important. All he cares about is deceiving you so that you participate in it. So I refused. Is it going to cause some tension at home? It probably will. Do I pray to God that he finds grace and mercy on me and my family so that he can show us what he needs to show us so that we understand why I've made the decision, why I made it, and for them to be able to see the light and understand why it was important to me and why, more importantly, it's important to him. Do I love my wife and my daughter? Of course I do. Do we make mistakes? Daily. Every single day we do something. But the key to it is not sit in it. Don't sit in it. Understand you've made the mistake. Ask for forgiveness. Learn from your sin. And make the effort to get better. So that's what I want to leave you with today. I just want you to know if you do participate in today's events, pray on it. Find out the truth. Because that's what it's about, is finding out the truth and growing. But I love you. Again, I want to thank you for taking the time. I hope you got something today. If you feel it in your heart, hit the like button, share it, subscribe. But pray for me, please. Pray for me and my situation here, because it needs prayer. And prayer heals all. And I'll pray for you as I do. And I love you dearly. And the good Lord loves you fiercely. And I pray that he puts his hands over you and protects you and guides you and continues to keep growing that fruit and giving you the truth. So I hope you're having a blessed day. I love you. Take care.